Hey guys, what's going on? InsidiousSwede back again here for another YouTube video, and today we're going to talk about Delicious in Dungeon. This is a manga that I've had sitting on my shelf for a bit too long. I've been meaning to get to it for months now, but kept putting it off or forgetting about it. And now that we're nearing the end of the year, I've finally decided it's about time that I hop into this manga. So I sat down yesterday and read this first volume. As you can see behind here, I do have volumes 2 and 3 as well. So I'm definitely going to read those pretty soon. But for today, for this video, I just read volume 1, and I'm here to give my initial thoughts on the series. So the best example or kind of reference I can give for a manga like this, think of it as a hybrid between Toriko and Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. For one, it's a manga based around food and cooking different creatures and understanding what's edible, what's not, how to prepare things like that. But it's also based within a dungeon, so it's, a very interesting idea, kind of a combination of things we've seen before. This is our main character here on the front cover named Leos. And essentially what happens in the beginning of this manga is Leos and his party are fighting this dragon, and due to their hunger, as you can see right there, they don't really have the strength or energy to fight back against this dragon. And what ends up happening is Leos' sister gets eaten alive, and they are essentially kicked out of this dungeon, where now they have to hopefully go back and rescue her before she's digested inside this dragon. But in the process, in order to avoid running into the problem of hunger again, they are now learning how to survive by eating these dungeon creatures through trial and error. And they also run into this crazy guy, if I can find a picture of him really quick, right here, who kind of seems to know everything, how to cook everything due to his own experience, and our main characters run into him and they kind of learn from that as well. So if anything, this manga is funny. It's very enjoyable in the sense that there's a lot of comedy in here. Again, a lot like Toriko, a food-based manga with a lot of great comedy in there. The difference mainly being is this manga takes place inside a dungeon, whereas Toriko is more of an open-world adventure series. And overall, I really enjoyed Volume 1. I can definitely see this wouldn't be, a manga for everybody, just because of its nature. It's not incredibly action-heavy. It's also not incredibly well drawn. Like, it looks fine and it does a great job, but as you can see on this entire page, there's not a single background anywhere. Like, look at this kind of panel right here. There's nothing going on, a lot of white space, and that can definitely turn a lot of people off. I mean, it's different for other pages again, but that inconsistency can definitely be a turn-off for people. Something that I personally definitely noticed, like, as I was reading the manga, a lot of times I'm like, hey, there's not a lot going on in this panel. So that's one negative. Overall, our characters are fine. I think as we get further into the manga and I read more chapters, they're going to develop. I can't necessarily judge a character off of a single volume because there's not enough time to really develop a backstory and to make you care. It's just very hard to do it that fast. Overall, I'd say Delicious in Dungeon is a very fun manga. It didn't blow me away by any means, but again, most volume 1s, I should say, don't blow me away. So I'm looking forward to more. Again, I do have 2 more volumes that I will be reading pretty soon. But overall, it was good, and I just have to leave it at that. I wish I could give you more, but that's just kind of how I feel at the moment. If you guys have read further in the manga, I'd love to know your thoughts down below about how it develops. Maybe nothing, too spoiler heavy, just general ideas, because the direction of this manga is very confusing, whether it's going to be solely based around eating these creatures and finding new recipes, or if it delves further into what happens in the first couple of pages, where it talks about this king who essentially gives his kingdom up for grabs to whoever can defeat this magician which is a very interesting idea as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all of that plays out. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. But until next time, my name is InsidiousSwede. Take care.